He's holding his rifle properly and aiming down the sights instead of firing from the hip, so that's good to see. Oh shit! Facehugger. We have some tunnel crawling, kind of reminiscent of Vasquez at the end of the film. Doing a lot better than my last playthrough. By this point, back then, I had been facehugged already and lit myself on fire by accident.
Objective completed.
Hey, welcome back to Classic Reticle. This is the casual game channel where we're focusing on old shooters from the late 90s to the mid 2000s. Basically the era of games that defined first-person shooters for me personally, and games that I feel set a lot of benchmarks for titles to come in the future. We're continuing with Aliens vs. Predator Classic 2000. First we completed the Predator campaign, then we did the first 3 missions of Alien, and now I'm going to switch it up and do the Marine. But gotta admit, this has not been a easy process. I've already filmed this video. I did the first 3 levels, the first 3 episodes, and everything went great. And then I went in to edit my voiceover in the video, and it turns out my video software, for whatever reason, didn't record the game audio. So I did all that for nothing. Now I have to go back and redo it. I guess the audio input just changed to defaults by accident. So hopefully this will go smoother. I've already done these. We're going to try and do it again. It's pretty frustrating, but you know what? Not a big deal. So we're going to start the Marine campaign, Episode 1, Derelict, on Realistic. Weyland-Yutani Bioweapons Research Facility on LV-426, 2154, 10 years after Hadley's Hope incident. Massive biocontainment failure. Scientific and civilian personnel evacuation complete. So here's the cutscene to start it off. Nice. I always thought that pulse rifle model looked gigantic, but it might just be the perspective. But it looks like comically big in that shot there. So here we go, Episode 1, Derelict. Here we are in our barracks.
All personnel evacuate.
Wake up, Trident. You're in some serious shit. We're bugging out now. Level 3 doors are on your left, so get your ass to the comms room and I'll meet you from there.
Alright, so we're bugging out. Here's our awesome Marine. There he is. Looks pretty good, honestly. I think it's cool. He's holding his rifle properly and aiming down the sights instead of firing from the hip, so that's good to see. But here we go. Out of this entire game, this is the most shooter-heavy gameplay in all of AVP. You know, the Predator has some shooter aspect, obviously, but this is the real deal. We have our flares, and we have our night vision image intensifier. When you activate your image intensifier, you lose the motion tracker on the bottom of the screen.
Move your ass to the airlock. Gotta go to the egg lab first. Open the blast doors in here.
Blast doors open.
They've been sterilized. Now move it.
Don't worry about those eggs, they've been sterilized. And I mentioned pretty clearly in the Predator campaign that when I was a kid and I got this, and I was like 14, I could not play these missions. I was nervous as hell. In my opinion, this is the most atmospheric of the campaigns. Predator's good because you got the biomass sounds and the authentic Predator sounds. That has good atmosphere, but this one is by far the creepiest, the most unnerving, and the scariest. So here we are. This is the Derelict spacecraft from Alien and Aliens. We're on the same planet as Aliens takes place on. And you can see they've built this like structure around the Derelict. They've been studying it. And we're going up this elevator, and it basically starts right here. Got him. It was the first alien. So here's where it begins.
Damn it, looks like Wynn's had some trouble.
It's
Underground access stuff to the main
pretty easy to take them out if you aim for the head, but they're fast. So So we're going to move pretty quick through here. Basically, we're looking for access lift. I love the flares. The flares work really, really well. Nothing in here. And they create a really great dynamic lighting. So down here there's some gear, but I'm not going over there. I always get sucked into that fan. I'm not risking it. And I have to say, I use the image intensifier a lot more than I used to. Here's the lift we got to take down. We have to activate it down here. We're above the derelict now. When I was younger, I didn't like the image intensifier. It made it hard to see what I was doing. And I liked having my motion tracker. But honestly, I think this is the better way to go usually, unless you're blinded by the lights. Pretty cool. Move on through here, and here it is. Entrance to the derelict, just like in the first Alien film. So we're going inside. Taking the lift down. And down here is the original space jockey. And I guess this is the opening where Kane rappelled down and found the egg chamber. That's pretty cool, nice little detail. This place is huge, and they recreated it really well. So somewhere around here is a tunnel in the wall. There it is. It's really hard to see. It kind of camouflages against the texture of the wall really well.
You're almost to the colony access duct. Stay sharp.
Colony access duct, right here. Another elevator. And there it is. Really simple, level 1. Nice and easy. Just gotta find your way. And that really is the challenge with a lot of these marine levels. You just have to kind of find your way through the maze of hallways and throw all the right switches. And it gets a little bit more difficult. The first time I replayed Colony a few days ago, I got lost. And I couldn't find I was missing something. Turns out I didn't throw one of the 5 switches I needed to get through the exit. And then Invasion is even more difficult. You can get turned around in there pretty easy. So we're moving on to Colony. Weyland-Yutani Scientific and Civilian Support Installation. Severe xenomorph infestation. Research teams and support engineers evacuated. Power generators offline. Unrealistic. So, we are in the entrance to the actual colony from LV-426.
Looks like the company got spooked and pulled out. There's an APC beyond the main gate, but the power shut down.
Power shut down.
To open the gate remotely. Find the generator shed, turn on the power, and wait further orders.
Alright, so we gotta turn on the generator and get out of the colony. And one thing that hit me when I replayed this recently was that I had the impression that none of this should be here. The mission briefing said 10 years after Hadley's Hope incident. I thought that meant 10 years after the events of Aliens, in which case, all this had been blown up at the end of the film by a nuclear explosion. But in fact, we're in 2154, so this actually takes place before the film Aliens, about maybe 25 years before. Aliens was set in 2179, if I'm not mistaken, so this is actually before the events of Aliens. Somewhere between Alien and Aliens, about halfway between the two films. And, I don't know, it's pretty cool to be back here. There's the generator room we gotta get to. You come back here and shoot out this window. It also took me forever to remember this. But anyway, it's cool to be back here, and it's awesome to see the colony in so much detail. But I think it is odd that we're basically just recreating the events from Aliens, and the idea that this colony and the scientists here, had a xenomorph infestation before the events of Aliens even took place. To me, that's a little odd and kind of forced, you know? I got the impression in Aliens that, you know, that was their first time, whoa, experiencing these things. So it's a little strange. I mean, I guess you can't put it past the company to cover up the same thing beforehand, but still. But you know what, whatever. So clearly, you know, this is before Aliens, before Ripley and the Marines arrived. About 20 years before, it sounds like. This is our entrance. I'm going to save it right here. And we're going in the actual colony doors. There's some health and a pulse rifle over there. I'm going to save that for later, because I'm going to need it when we get out of here. Right here, we have some tunnel crawling, kind of reminiscent of Vasquez at the end of the film. So that's really cool. And when they come in there after you, it's pretty intense. Ooh, armor. I will take that. Where is he? Which side is he on? I hear him. He's probably out here. Where is he? Where is he? Nice. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those canisters. Alright, so we need to get up to level 3 in the ops command room and activate the power. There's level 2 with a health kit. I'll have to remember that. Ah! And I'll tell you what, one of the toughest parts about the Aliens, actually, let me go get that health kit now, is the acid. That acid blood will just eat away at your armor and health. And you gotta watch out for the elevators, you don't want to get squashed by it. But the acid, when they're near you and you kill them, they kind of get stuck at your feet. And sometimes you just kind of stand in the acid for a few seconds, and that'll bring your life down really quick. Alright, so we gotta throw these 5 switches, and there are 5. There's another one over there. And I forgot about that last time I played. I don't want to use the dinky pistol either. I don't care about that at all. Last switch. And we're gonna save it again.
Damn! Throw all 5 switches? Main gate hasn't budged. Me and fight it. The engineer had one.
Okay, we need a bypass key to open the gates. Engineer in Med Lab level 2. That's where it was last seen. The pulse rifle also jams pretty often, which can make it a little challenging to use. Always seems like it happens at the worst time. But we have a smart gun. I don't need a pulse rifle when I've got this beast. And over here is a flamethrower. And now we are at Med Lab. There's some facehuggers in here. I'm gonna take care of them pretty quick. And the flamethrower is great. It'll actually keep the adult aliens at bay. Should be one more. Got him. Nice, that went well. Last time I played this, the one actually dropped down there and gave me some trouble later on. But here we are in the Med Lab. This is where we find our manual bypass key, which will get us out of the colony. Alright, let's save it one more time. So now that we have the manual bypass and the power's on, we are going to go to the gate to exit. We're going to drop down here. Get that smart gun back. And you know what? I saved this health kit over here, but I don't need it. We're just going to run for the gate. Grab the ammo. Why not? We're out of here. Here's the south lock. Now, one issue I also had on my last playthrough, not only did I not record the audio, but my game crashed at the end of episode 2, right here. And hopefully it doesn't happen again. In fact, I'm gonna save it, just why not? But my game crashed when I got to the APC the first time, and it also happened on my laptop that I have this game on. So I don't know if that's an issue with AVP Classic in general, or an issue with my installs. But hopefully we don't crash. Here we go. Nice. Fingers crossed. Alright. Didn't crash. I think it only does it on the first time, because the second time I played it and beat it, it didn't happen. Alright, that was level 2, the colony. We're going on to episode 3, Invasion. And this one is going to be tough. I died a lot last time I played this, and it's going to happen again. So I'm also probably going to get lost a little bit. Atmosphere processor. Extreme xenomorph infestation apparent. Civilian support personnel missing. Presumed infected. Control mechanisms damaged. Systems critical. So like I said in the colony, I mean, this is like kind of a remake of Aliens all over again. It takes place about 25 years before Aliens. We're in the same colony. Everyone's infected and missing. We're in the atmosphere processor where Ripley fought the Hive and the Queen. Come on in. Dang. I don't want to get trapped in here. I will say one frustrating thing about the Marine, you start each level with only the pulse rifle. You don't get to keep all the awesome gear that you pick up. So we don't have our flamethrower, we don't have our smart gun or anything. Alright, we're using a lot of ammo, but here's some Predator blood. So yeah, we're in the building that has the atmosphere processor. And there are a lot of hallways and doors. It's kind of a maze in here. Pretty tough to find your way around if you're not familiar with it. Damn. Alright, let's just keep running. A lot of times the best course of action is just keep moving. And let them come to you when you're ready for them. Alright, so what we have to do is shut down 5 cooling fans. He's down there somewhere. Whoa, whoa! Oh, man. Alright, fan number 1 is up here. Let's get rid of this guy. Shut down the fan.
Nice work, Private. Cooling system's degraded by 20%. Looks like the direct route is closed up. We'll have to go through the substructure and make your way
Alright.
down.
Go through the substructure. Let's save it. One of the frustrating things about this, it's really tough to hear your commanding officer if you're not standing directly next to the video monitors. Pretty frustrating because you'd think he would be in your headset, you know, talking directly to you. That's not the case. If you walk away from those TVs, you can't really hear your instructions. And also, with the higher resolution on AVP Classic 2000, it's kind of tough to read the text before it goes away. Let's continue moving. We got to go down through the substructure, he said. That door, I don't think, does anything. Take our lift down. Oh, shit! Facehugger. Man. There. Normally they don't come out till the hallway, but he came out early. I'm glad I was able to miss him. That was a really close call. There should be another one in here somewhere. I don't see him. Now the thing about the flares, they sound just like facehuggers, and they kind of hide their crawling sounds, so... Oh, whoa! Oh man, it's running in circles. But yeah, the crackling of the flares can really mask the facehugger sound, so you gotta be really careful. Good place to save again. Alright, move on through here. The smart gun makes really quick work of them, and I'll take this over the pulse rifle any day. Doing a lot better than my last playthrough. By this point, back then, I had been facehugged already and lit myself on fire by accident. Up this lift. Don't need the health, that's good. Alright, so that's the door we have to get to eventually. Alright, let's go in here. Flip these 2 switches. Or just one, actually. Huh, he's on the other side of the window. Oh, shoot, he broke the glass. I didn't know they could do that. Whoa. Alright, 3 fans to go. We're going to save again. So if I can keep my thoughts straight, let's talk a little bit about the alien design in this game. Clearly it's based on the Warrior, the rigid head alien from the second film. I highly prefer Giger's original as my favorite alien design. I think the human skull underneath the clear dome is really unnerving. I think the design is really beautiful and much more mysterious. Although that probably has more to do with the film style of Alien than anything else. Oh, before I forget, right here. If you don't know what you're doing, this will take you forever, but there's a door over there you gotta get to. And to get there, you have to shoot this bridge down. And man, you can run around for a while trying to figure that out. But anyway, I think James Cameron and Stan Winston came up with a fantastic design for the second film, for a more action-oriented alien. For an insectoid maniac monster, part of a hive mind. I don't think that Giger's original would look good running around all fast and chaotic. I think Alien Isolation did a really good job portraying Giger's monster in full motion. But this Warrior design is just a more aggressive look for an action film and for AVP in general. Truthfully, Giger's original Alien and the Warriors and Aliens are quite similar in the body. They're actually almost the same. Obviously the heads are different, the hands are different, and also the Warriors sometimes have this blade-like extrusion on their forearms. It's tough to see, but you can see it in the film at certain moments. But I think the Alien's Warrior is often restored a little more exaggerated than it really was. If you look at Stan Winston's suits, they really are quite similar to Giger's original. Sometimes there's a facehugger in here, sometimes there's not. We gotta find 2 more fans. Now this is where I might start running around a little bit and getting confused. But aside from the differences in the head, Giger's Alien had 6 fingers total with 2 sets stuck together, which was pretty cool. Whereas the Warriors and Aliens have 5 fingers with 2 sets stuck together, so at first glance it looks like 3 large fingers. And both designs have very humanoid legs. It wasn't until Alien 3 and subsequent films where the alien was given these double-digit animalistic legs. And also in the future, the aliens became more organic looking with every film. They kind of lost their biomechanical features, unfortunately. Alright, that was our last fan, so we're getting up to the surface. But to me, the alien will always represent something a little more horrific, a little more subtle and unsettling than, you know, a mindless, aggressive monster. And unfortunately, the alien sort of has been dumbed down, you know, film after film, all these consecutive movies. We really never have captured that horror and just unstoppable, mysterious fear that the first film had. I think Alien 3 got close, but obviously failed in a bunch of other ways. But regardless, here we are on the platform, and here's our dropship. This is the same platform that Ripley came up on at the end of the film when she was outrunning the Queen. We go in here and we're out. Awesome, that went really well. I struggled a lot with this one. The last time I played it, I died probably 4 times, mostly from being trapped with a dead xenomorph on an elevator lift and getting burned up by the acid. I got face hugged once or twice. But yeah, I made it through here pretty good. That went smooth. We're going to save episode 4, Orbital, for the next video. It does get considerably more difficult here. Orbital and the following episode 5, Terrargo, are intense. So we'll do those on the next one. I will catch you next time. This is Classic Reticle. Thanks for watching.